Hi there. So before I started on the very first heart wall brick in my teaching series that I'm going to do, I wanted to first present this out there to everyone. And this is, do you believe that God's love is unconditional? Because that is mandatory. There's a lot of teachings out there that are telling you otherwise. When I just did my research, I got my notes here. When I did my research today, I could not believe some of the religious teaching out there that does not believe that God's love is unconditional. Okay, so let's go, before I go into the definition of unconditional love and everything, let me briefly explain this. God is love. God's love lives inside your heart. It is covered up by circumstances and things in our life. We put up walls, thus the bricks that I'm going to be describing. And the only way to heal your heart and to get and gain true inner peace and to love yourself, and then in turn love others, which is the goal, to make the world a better place, you have got to break down those walls. So you have to accept love. You have to accept that love is unconditional. Because love, perfect love, drives out all fear. Religion is based on fear. And that's one of the things that I absolutely had to do. I had to totally change my belief system around in order to accept true unconditional love. Because it's fear-based. Religion is fear-based, and the opposite of love is fear, period. So let me give you the definition of unconditional love. Unconditional love is a known affection without limitations, without conditions or circumstances. True, complete love. Meaning without any sort of conditions. Meaning regardless of whatever you do, there's love there for you. And so if God is love and God's love is pure, and God only sees love when he looks at us, the mistakes that we make, God doesn't see this as an opportunity to punish us. He sees it as an opportunity to heal us with love, because love covers. Making you essentially a better person. There are no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. And essentially, it's for your evolution, evolving into a better person. Doesn't mean you live like a hoodlum and run amok and do what you want. Because if you have love for everyone, and you don't want to act like that. So that's why there is that condition there of love. If you are filled with love and God heals you with love and he accepts your mistake as an opportunity to heal you, to make you a better person, and fills you with more love, you want to spread that love. You're grateful for that then. And you want to spread unconditional love to everyone. So the problem with religion is that it's fear-based. And they actually honestly believe, and when I did my research today, like a good girl, I came across several preachers. I won't name them, and I won't name the religion that they're from, because I'm not standing in judgment of them whatsoever. They're entitled to their beliefs, just like I'm entitled to mine. But they actually are saying that God's love is not unconditional. And they're teaching this. One went so far as to say that God is angry every day because he abhors the wicked. No. So you have to base within yourself. Do you believe that God's love is unconditional? Do you believe that love is the opposite of fear? Do you believe that love covers? Do you believe that love heals? Do you accept and believe God's unconditional love? That's the first thing that you have to come to grips with. That's the first knowledge that you have to understand. That's the first thing that you have to come to believe. So when you do believe that, and you know that God is love, then He can start to help you and heal you. When you know that His love is unconditional, then you know that there's no room for shame because there are no mistakes. And you can take that heart wall brick down. If there's no shame, then there's no guilt. And another thing that there's not when there is unconditional love is judgment, which is essentially also what a lot of religions push, is judgment. So people are walking around feeling judged and condemned. And where is the love in that? There is no love in that. So coming to the realization of whether you believe that God's love is unconditional, that you were born with God's love inside of you, you have to know this. And life, through its experiences and through basic survival or just things happening throughout life, you've covered up your heart with these emotions. And those are the bricks that I was talking about in my introduction video. And those are the things that need to be done away with. So I wanted to shed some light on that before we even jumped into, I was going to do shame first. Shame and guilt, which are essentially the same thing. And then I was going to go to fear. Fear is a huge one. And I highly recommend Mary Ann Williamson's book, A Return to Love. And that's where she's basically talking about A Course in Miracles, which is a course, and I'm not sure if a religion teaches this course or not. I think it's just a course out there in miracles which talks about God's love and forgiveness and a true quest for inner peace. So it's an awesome, her book is an explanation of that, A Course in Miracles. But she's talking about the difference between fear and love. So if you believe in love, if you believe that God is love, and you believe that God gave you love, and that you are filled with God's love, or that you want to be filled with God's love, you have to believe that it's unconditional. There is no fear there. Love is the opposite of fear. And when an emotion or something comes up or a situation comes up, your response to it is either out of fear or it's out of love. So she basically is embarking on a quest in her book to promote love, not fear. It's an amazing thing. It's an awesome thing. That is essentially what I'm trying to do. And with the Heart Wall Bricks, that series that I'm doing, it's basically just essentially trying to help people with inner peace and breaking down those barriers and those walls. Because when you close your heart off, it's destroying your peace. You can't have any peace in your heart and in your life. So I recommend the book. It's A Return to Love. That's essentially what I've had to do. And my life has been transformed. It's continuing to transform every day. I'm becoming more peaceful and more loving every single day. And that's my hope for everyone. That's the goal. That is what I feel like God has told me my mission is to bring love and acceptance, and especially to those that feel unlovable and unacceptable, especially to those people. So that's the mission. That's a division of Manna Delight. Manna is food from heaven. So I'm creating food from heaven, and I'm also speaking truth, which is also manna. So that's the goal, and I just wanted to explain unconditional love. I wanted to explain the difference, and I wanted to explain, because I know I have a lot of people in my life and a lot of people that are going to watch this that are in a religion, and how basically religion is fear-based. And so you have an opportunity and you have a choice. Everyone has free will. And so you have a choice whether to believe in unconditional love or not. So before you embark on any of my series at all, come to the realization of what you believe. Do you believe that God's love is unconditional or not? Thanks for listening. More is coming. And like I said, the more I know, the more I'll bring to you. And know that I love you regardless. Regardless. And I'm going to continue to be a lighthouse for love. Absolutely. And I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.